Hello, it is Tuesday the 24th. I'm just going to put on some background music that helps me, my ADD/ADHD mind, concentrate. And today I'm going to be playing George Michael. That's a long time ago. Anyway, this is the second take. I don't know what happened. I'm calling, oh God. I'm doing the video to let you know my update. And I realized in my previous video what I had said was that I was going to try to work with my occupational therapist to improve on the behaviors that became maladaptive. I'm going to dry my lithium, but it's worth it, I always say. So what has happened to me, I realized, not just recently, is that when I was sick, I had to learn, and had children. That was a major thing, having 2 preschoolers and being severely depressed. I had to figure out a way to cope using skills that now, back then it worked, now they're not working. And that's where the dissatisfaction and uncomfortableness that I am experiencing is coming from. And when I was severely depressed or severely manic, or even not that far up, just just oscillating, I never knew why I felt what. And I had mentioned that earlier, what is what? Like, and I always used to say, what is real? So I figured out that by starting a goal, by starting a change in behavior, for me, it was a self-defeating behavior. It was not going to work. Excuse me, it's carbonated. Oh, and as an ex-anorexic, I love this, and I try not to have it too often. My daughter thinks that's very funny, and she always points that out. She thinks it's noteworthy that I won't have things that I really like. But so I've decided to change the course of my goal. I mean, I read it at one point, excuse me, that a plane is never exactly on course. They always have to be a little bit off, but they always get to the destination. So instead of going to my occupational therapist with a list of new behaviors and things that I'm going to do every day that I've been unable to do up to this point, I realized I was unrealistic at setting myself up for failure, because these behaviors were once adaptive and then became maladaptive. So they need to be brought out, examined for when they were healthy and or functional, and why they are no longer functional. And now I can feel the pain of having my shit not together, that I feel good enough to know what's what. So, for example, I feed the cat every day, and I'll say this, I didn't know that I didn't think I did anything the same any day. And, but when I go to the fridge, the cat, right next to me, her name's Kitty, right next to me. Now, she doesn't do that to Renee or Victor. She does it to me. So I was thinking, well, damn, I'm feeding the cat every day? I didn't really notice. I mean, that's a very small thing, but it's just illustrative of me being a detective of my own life. And that also helps me take a step back. Another progress I had was my bank card. It has a hole in it. Isn't that funny? I have a big knife here. I better not do what's on your desk. Anyway, the bank did this for me. They said, get a clip that has like the phone cord that comes out, and then clip it to your purse. Now, my second goal in this process is get a purse. Use a billfold, and then I put the bank card in my pocket and all that. So anyway, that's another progress. So I have the progress of changing my goal, instead of doing the old, it's kind of like when in the olden days and people would say, oh, I'm going to go on a diet, and they just didn't eat. Well, now we know that doesn't work. So if it didn't work then, why would it work now? So it's kind of the same with me, like behaviors I want to incorporate into my day. I had to look at those behaviors in a new and fresh way. Maladaptive coping skills. I had my psychiatrist who treated me for anorexia, like my third time. He said to me, he said, Denise, I will not tell you to stop eating. And he would look me up and down, and he'd say, and I'm seeing you in a week, so you're not going to die. I'm a doctor looking right at you. And he said, so if you don't want to eat for a week, don't eat. He said, I'll see you. He would never allow the maladaptive coping of, okay, what did I eat, how much did I run, all that stuff. No, that wasn't a topic, and he didn't make it a topic, and that freed me. And I spent 2.5 years every week, except for Christmas, seeing him, and I just externalized all those feelings. So, I put George back on. So but he also said to me something very, very, I just felt so loved when he said this. He said, oh my God, I'm going to forget. How can I be that emotional? Be that emotional and forget. What did he say? Oh yeah, he said, Denise, if I told you not to eat, he said, what would you have left to do to cope? Oh my gosh. He was really good. He was just for eating disorders. It was wonderful. I mean, at the time I didn't realize what I was getting out of it, but he changed certain belief systems, cut and dry, just sliced right down. So I can tell I must have just got a lot out because I sighed. So the update on my occupational therapist, I'm going to stop. I'm not going to beat myself up about developing any new behaviors or routines. I might, though, before I go see her, and this is very doable for me because I'm a wordsmith, I'm a big writer. Not recently, but I am. I'm a big reader, big writer. I'm going to write a list, or no, I'll write no lists, listaholic here. I'm going to do a routine that I would like to have. So it's something positive to work towards. The other thing is my bank says get your SHIT together because you're losing bank card after bank card after bank card. So that's the other thing I got to do. I got to make ice cubes so I don't feel compelled to ask my son to go to the store and get me a pop. My oh my, how they make that taste so good. So everybody, your videos have been great. I'm going to try to watch more. I try to watch everybody. And I learn a lot. And I love you all because you're very nice to me, very kind to me. Because as you probably know, I am my own worst enemy. I am my own worst critic. And having depression just puts the screws to you that way. I always just drift off at the end of these videos. I notice I don't know how to, my public speaking course isn't kicking in. So yes, with your support and energy out there on YouTube, I say you're helping me, you're helping me, you're helping me. Love you all. Thank you for being kind. Good night.